My thoughts is like very excited for the facial expressions. I think that's a huge one. Also, I didn't quite understand what they were talking about when they said the whole that they're gonna bring legs. Like, are they gonna have trackers, or is there enough cameras on the headset that it can like track your legs accurately, or are they building a very sophisticated model? I'm trying to understand what that meant. Like legs are pretty the oh my gosh, the avatars, I can't get over the avatars. But also there was the Microsoft like the Game Pass on there was the Game Pass also on like the Quest, and I was just like, oh my gosh, there was literally so many things that they went through. My brain can't process all the things that they went through so fast. So the things that we're getting on the Quest Pro for the 1500 is you're gonna get face and eye tracking, realistic facial expressions, and then possible leg tracking, controllers that allow you to have 360 movement and no occlusion behind your head. It's so good for like Beat Saber stuff. Am I missing anything? Um, was there any other specs that they mentioned that was like really mind blowing? Oh, color pass through. Holy shoot. How did I forget about color pass through? Yeah, that's a huge one. So, okay, so the Quest 2 right now is $400 to $500 depending. The Quest Pro is going to be 1500, but again, it's going to have the color pass through, eye tracking, face tracking, possible leg tracking, new controllers that allow you to have your arms everywhere around you. I am curious to see how it will look, like the visual quality, because as you know, I've been trying like the Vario Aero, and I'm actually working on a review for that, and I've had that for like about 2 months, and now I'm returning it. But I've been working on a review for that, and like the thing about the Vario Era that's really good is like the quality of the visuals. But outside of that, there's absolutely no pass through, no controllers, no base stations. Like it's no like speakers, no microphone, you know. So if you're thinking if the graphical quality of the Quest Pro is like really really solid, then I mean at $1500 it would actually be like a steal compared to the Aero. But we don't know what the graphic quality is yet. And I guess like if we're comparing this now, right, if we're going to compare this to like the Valve Index, which has been the strongest driver, like I would love to see how we can do like with all these camera things that they're doing on this Quest Pro. Also how they showed that there's like that like connected spaces where you can have multiple people, and somehow it looked like they were all looking at the same thing even if they were far apart but or together. Like it looked like there was some kind of commonality in the spaces. And so I'm wondering if you can take that same technology to do mixed reality filming, because the reason I don't do a lot of mixed reality filming now is like the Quest 2 with like Live is just impossible. But I wonder if there's now with all this added cameras and all this like I don't know, crazy upgrades that they've done to the hardware, if there's now going to be a way to do like mixed reality and like a mixed reality filming and also like full body tracking easily on the Quest Pro without having to have base stations and all the additional trackers. Because if that's the case, now we're really talking. That's going to be a huge, like, I mean, do you know how much it is to do full body tracking? Very expensive. So I told you I had a lot of thoughts, but I was like, man, they're talking so fast. They literally like they jam packed that whole Connect event with like just like information. I was like, I can't feel like I can get in a word here. Like I can't get in a single word into this conversation that they're having. So after all of that, still not interested in any of the meta platforms, but interested in how it can all be used in VR chat. Well, okay, and then Jones says too, the Pro headset and real avatars. Oh, two things: the Pro headset and the real avatars. Yeah, those I guess are the main 2 points. Microsoft is too good to be true. Yeah, that was interesting. Oh, yeah, the Microsoft and Meta collaboration, very interesting. But yeah, so overall, as it says, I have been saying that for a year that the Pro is not for gaming and the Quest 3 will be the next gaming device. Quest 2 has no competition and no need to release 3 yet. Pro is like straight business. Yeah, so I think it makes sense, brand, that you're not really interested still, because a lot of this was really heavily focused on like business applications, but they did still touch on like some gaming stuff. So you know, unlike unlike someone who shall not be named, HTC, who went full enterprise in their last in their last event, and like literally ditched us consumers and gamers like completely, basically, and gave us like the Vive Flow. Yuck. I hope there's no one at AJC here. I'm sorry, but I'm like sad about what happened. But anyway, the point being, at least like they still threw us a couple of bones, and yeah, there's gonna be those like light blocker things that come off on the side, so you can be like, if you're playing VR and you're like, or you're using the VR headset around other people, it's easy to like still have peripherals and still like be present with people, but then the blockers will help it so that if you want like a full VR experience, so like it can be used for gaming, it seems like, but it's not fully intended for gaming. So very interesting. Last year's like I read one sentence and I go off on a tangent for like ever. Okay, last year's Connect, they showed proof of concept with full body tracking cameras from headset and controllers. Oh, okay, I don't remember. Yeah, okay, so Stone Fox says, I think the Quest Pro is probably priced at a point where Meta can make money on it because they lose so much on consumer Quest. That's true. And you know what, if we're taking a page from Tesla's book, right? They came out with the Roadster first because that gave them a lot of money, and then they came up with the really high-end cars, like Tesla cars first, in order to again generate more money, and then they made consumer products that were, or like not consumer, but more affordable, less luxury products, but I mean obviously still really fancy, the Model 3 and stuff, but their Tesla's using the money from all those like expensive cars in order to fund more like available cars for everybody else. And I think Meta, obviously, because they've already been a big company and have a lot of money, kind of just did it a little bit backwards, but now they're trying to like manage their like finances by coming out with like something for the business while still like trying to appease the consumers, which seems to be their main focus. So I think there's definitely a play that's happening here, and it makes sense what's going on. And I feel comforted that they didn't completely leave us in the dust. Oh, Pro is just completing the VR monopoly for Meta. Well, we need to see other companies coming out. Although, like, you know, Pico's really trying, so we are starting to see competition. Yeah, Pico is trying. I like the colorful tunnel. Oh, mixed feelings about the new pass-through for Beat Saber. Yeah, right? Okay, so the mixed reality pass-through for Beat Saber is cool, but like, would I realistically want to be playing Beat Saber and see my room? I don't know. I kind of think that the environment makes it feel more fun to play. So I don't know if I want to be seeing like my like dirty dishes or like how I haven't cleaned while I'm playing Beat Saber. I'm trying to get away here, but it's a cool feature. I'm just like, I don't know how maybe like, I don't know. Can I play it on in nature or somewhere cool, like in a rose garden? I don't know. It is a workstation, and with Microsoft Teams and Zoom and other features, it will be really good. Again, need to connect to my laptop. Yeah. Right, so the Zoom call is going to be interesting. Yes, Jerome, that's a great point. So when I saw that Zoom call and how you can be there in on your avatar, I was like, well, that's really cool because I don't have to wear makeup. It takes so much effort, and also makeup costs money. But then the other part of me was like, well, what if I just like, you know, some people don't even talk during their meetings. They're just on mute the whole time. So what if I like had like, I don't know, my sister or someone like sit in the meeting for me using my avatar and just like don't ever say anything? How would they know? Like, how would they know if it's me or not? If I hired someone, what if I put like I don't know, like a mannequin? Like, how do you know? Is Quest 3 better pixel? Oh, I don't know. But yeah, for sure, Wolverine said that like Pro was they definitely did not market it for gaming whatsoever. But they did say that there's gaming availability. But yeah, with the amount of stuff that they talked about in terms of like Quest, like all the features that they were like pumping out for Quest, being like, we're gonna have more games, we're gonna have more fitness experiences, we're going to have like that Game Pass on the Quest. Like literally, they pumped out so much content for Quest, so they are not ready to leave Quest 2 yet. So I would say anyone that's looking to buy like a Quest 2 or is still interested, I think there's still like mileage on this. So at least people who still have a Quest 2 feel like, you know, it's still their main driver for gaming. Stone Fox says, The problem with Meta and business is they're difficult to integrate with. What do you mean? What do you mean? Quest 3 not even in production yet. They need competition first. Pico ain't it? Yeah, Pico. I did get to try the Pico. Mm. Okay, so my thoughts on Pico. I had a chance to try it from like a friend who had it, like very briefly, and does not feel high quality. It does have the mixed reality color pass through. Um, mm, but it was like warped. It was very warped. I think it only has like one camera for the pass through, so it was like warped looking. It has TikTok as an app on the on your dashboard. Like TikTok is one of the apps on Pico right in the dashboard. So I was like, interesting. So I understand why Pico went to the I understand why Pico went to like the markets that aren't heavily influenced by like Meta and Quest yet, because I don't like they it's like how some of the like third party phones, like not less popular phones, have like all these features, like literally like we have like 50 million cameras and like everything, we have like 80 fucking cameras on this like phone, but then it doesn't work that well. It kind of feels like that. It's like loaded with specs, but like it's not quite a competition for Quest 2, which is kind of crazy, right? Because like Quest 2 came out 2 years ago. Anyway, um, but yes, PSVR 2 I think will be a competition, and that's going to be exciting. I know a lot of people are like excited for PSVR 2. I don't have a PS5, but I am excited for everybody who has a PS5 and is going to get a PSVR 2. Like I'm excited to see competition. And I'm excited to like have there be more to talk about in the VR industry than just the Quest 2. Like we need more things to talk about. So like, yes, let's get that PSVR 2 out here and like let's make sure that it's great. The Vive was great for its time. Yeah, the Vive originally the Vive was amazing. Like Vive was way ahead of everybody, but I guess I'm just seeing what else are we saying? I wonder if that dock is going to be included. So that's a good point. Yeah, the that dock was really cool. I like that. And it was like everything was like really compacted together, so that was nice. Pro meant for business. Whatever problems you had with Quest, you shouldn't have with Pro if you really need it for businesses. It's the main function. Worried about the lifelike avatar. Um, Probably get way too much mail. That lifelike avatar, creepy, very creepy, but also kind of cool. I don't know how it'll feel. I'm very conflicted. I'm like, yes, we do need more like futuristic things. Like I love tech, and you all know that I'm a huge tech person. But I'm also like, at what point is it? At what point is it like a little like I'm not. I don't know, man. I don't know if I want to see lifelike avatars in VR. I don't know. I'm kind of scared. I don't, uh, uh, I don't care what people tell me if for business or not. I just want the face and eye tracking. I am so excited for the face and eye tracking features. Like I want this now, and then I'm gonna go everywhere and just make faces. People are gonna talk to me in VR, and I'm just gonna make faces. And you see my face right now, right? I'm very expressive, so I'm just gonna make faces at everybody, and then we'll capture the reaction. It will be great. It'll be fantastic. Too, like how those people do Omegle chats where they're like their avatar selves. Oh man, that will freak people out even more, especially people that aren't in the VR industry. I don't ever do Omegle, but I think that's how you pronounce it. But I feel like that could be fun for people. Pico needs to sell in all the countries and build their games list up faster to compete. Yeah, they are definitely way behind. But it's like, it's nice that they're trying, right? At least they're trying. I'd be interested to see how high color the pass through and resolution is. Yes. Yes, exactly. Because they made it look really, really, like really good in the videos. But I don't know, like, who knows if it's actually going to look like that? Like, if it does, that's amazing. Because that just means for $1,500, you're going to get a VR and an AR type of headset. But, like, if it looks like the Pico colored pass through, more to be desired. Yeah. More expressions and one-to-one body movement is exactly, is my thoughts exactly. The knee update on Supernatural for the Quest is interesting. Like, I like how they're getting really creative. They're really trying to bring feet and legs into a Quest, but it's just not happening. But at least they're bringing knee. They're bringing knee. Knee tracking. Apple said January 2023. I hope. I hope so. Apple, we've all been speculating Apple for like years and years and years now. I don't know, like, are they ever are they ever gonna come through? Um, what else? I guess depends on what you play. If you're a VR person, chat person, yeah, I agree. Like, I think you're right, Volraza. Like, people that are more into like social things. Ugh, my lipstick's going everywhere. If people are more into social things, connectedness, expressiveness, then the Quest Pro could make sense because that's exactly what they're trying to build out with being able to use it for more business applications. Is exactly like presence is what they're trying to build out. But if you're trying to play other games, I don't know, but we don't know, right? I have no idea. Like, if it's not, if it will, I can't imagine it. Like, why wouldn't it be good for gaming? Aside from like maybe if the side things don't block in a flight and it just looks weird, I guess I can see that maybe it's not good for gaming, but I'm having a hard time understanding like why couldn't it be also good for gaming? What is the problem? Bye, Stone Fox. Thanks for stopping by. So when you try to integrate it with other business system, it's a complete pain. True, but they're partnering directly with Microsoft. You saw the CEO. He said himself that they're partnering. So I don't know. They're both software companies. If they are in, like, if they're partnered up, I don't know. That's fair, Brand. I think that is a fair point. Pico 4 just came out. When Quest 2 came out originally, it was not at all what it is now. And there was a huge software like development and like upgrades and stuff to bring like what Quest 2 is now to where it is now. So yeah, we should give Pico 4 a chance, see if they also develop on that level. I mean, they own TikTok and that has a lot of like software stuff. So maybe they have like really good software people that will upgrade it. But so they're not completely out of the running. Like, there's a chance. Apple has never focused on gaming, unfortunately. Yeah. That's also very true. They're more, yeah. So I guess if we're trying to focus on gaming, who is caring about gaming? Because like technically Vario is also more for like creative and creative types and businesses, and Meta has been the core of gaming and I guess PS VR. And I don't know what Pico's positioning is. I haven't been able to quite find out or figure out what what Pico's positioning is. So yeah, there's a lot to unpack. Does anyone, okay, I just want to know, does anyone have a Game Pass? Like, is anyone like excited to try that Game Pass feature? The controllers are not at all set up for gaming, but they said they had new haptics. They said the controllers have new haptics, and now that they have individual inside out tracking in the controllers, that means that it will track better than the Quest 2. So I'm still not understanding why the controllers wouldn't be good for gaming. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, they did pitch it as like a productivity device, but I don't see why it can't be used equally for gaming. I see. I see what you mean. That's a good point. Fair, fair. Yeah, and we don't know if like, I mean, that's the same with B haptics, right? And like, we just don't know if Meta will push developers enough into using their features, because like it might not be worth it for the developers to use like the haptic features and stuff, because if there's not enough gamers that own the Pro, then like what's the point? Yeah, I don't know either. I don't know, Sophia, what the haptics that they integrated are, but I'm kind of excited because everyone was going crazy when the PS controllers came out that had like that dual something haptics. I don't remember what it's called exactly. So I'm kind of like, what is this haptics? I want to feel I want to feel it. I am definitely a haptics person. I love I think that stuff is really immersive. The cameras will get in the way. accessories will have nothing to attach to. People can get creative with how to attach the accessories. Like right now, accessories attached to like different points, but I think with the new controllers, you'll have to design like as a kind of like a cage that goes around it, and that's how it's going to hold the controller in place, rather than the way that they've been designing it now. I don't know how to explain it, but like I've, like I said, I used to be a design engineer, and I've had experiences with things like this. You just have to be creative in how you design. But I think the bigger question is, like you said, is there going to be enough? Is there going to be enough gamers that are going to get the Pro? Which right now I'm going to say no, because it's kind of expensive. But I don't know. We'll see. Is there going to be enough gamers to make it profitable for these game devs to integrate all these new features, and for all these like third-party accessory manufacturers to actually make accessories for the Quest Pro? Because like they're not gonna have to put in all this engineering development just to like make absolutely no money on it. So yeah, there's a lot of interesting things to there was a lot. Yeah, well, anyway, good chat. I am going to finish my meal properly now because I'm talking so much and I'm having a hard time eating. So I will see you all tomorrow when I live stream. I'm playing Discronia. Also, if you're not in Discord, join Discord. Let's chat more there as things develop. And yeah, I'll see you all soon. Thanks for watching this with me and for hanging out. And goodbye. Wait, I need to... Awkward. Bye, everybody.